So my name's Kiah Abbey, and I'm a third year in the anthropology department, and I'm running for ASMSU president.
My name is Lindsay Murdock. I am a second year student in the sociology program, and I'm running for vice president.
So a big reason why Lindsay and I are running is because we're really passionate about recreating the great experience we've had at MSU. Both of us have had incredible opportunities to be a part of great student organizations, to experience the great academic programs that we have here, and we want to make sure that every student has those opportunities that we have.
The single biggest issue that's facing all of us is the cost of tuition. I have student loans, Lindsay has student loans, I assume most of you have student loans. And Lindsay and I want to make sure that we're working with the Board of Regents and working with President Cruzado that, number one, tuition doesn't raise. And if it does raise, we want to make sure we're all getting the most bang for our buck, that we are having phenomenal faculty. We have a beautiful campus to live on, that we have beautiful residence halls for freshmen to live in. I think the biggest issue is tuition, and we want to make sure we're working closely to be a voice for students with the Board of Regents as well as President Cruzado. Lindsay and I have been brainstorming ideas of ways that we can recreate the incredible experience we've had at MSU for other students. And one of those ways is creating kind of a student engagement ambassador program where students who are really passionate about getting other students involved can go out to the freshman residence halls and meet with these students and say, what are you interested in? You're majoring in environmental science? Go to the Network of Environmentally Conscious Organizations meeting next Tuesday. Oh, you're really interested in meeting new friends? Why don't you join a sorority? So that's kind of the plan we have laid out for engagement, and we're both incredibly passionate about it. Lindsay and I have already worked to improve retention on campus through the Sustained Dialogue program. We were actually one of the 3 sponsored initiatives last spring by the Provost's office to increase retention on campus. So the way we went about that was to provide or to create a campus community that was inclusive of all identities. So if you're a member of the LGBTQ community, we want to make sure that we're embracing that and loving that difference. We want to make sure that if you are part of the College of A, that you feel like you're a part of this community and can share that identity with others. In addition to the Sustained Dialogue program, Lindsay has worked really hard to create programs within the residence life department, because she's an RA. So create programs that encourage freshmen to stay and create a community where they want to come home to that after class. They want to come back to their dorm and hang out with the people on their floor. So Lindsay and I have both worked with the Network of Environmentally Conscious Organizations, and obviously alternative transportation is something we're really passionate about. And so ways that we would like to improve parking on campus would be to provide more opportunities to ride the Streamline, maybe expanding that service, both geographically as well as increasing the amount of times that they run. In addition to that, we'd love to create maybe carpool parking spots on campus, so that if you and your roommate are riding to school, you get a discounted parking pass.
Lindsay, the hiring contract of committee heads states that when a committee's budget depletes, they should not continue getting paid. This is not being implemented currently. Where do you stand on this issue?
Well, like Lindsay and I said, we're both really passionate about fiscal responsibility, and we think that fiscal responsibility is something that sustains an organization. And so if you're not handling the funds that all of us are paying, you should be reprimanded for that. Sustainability doesn't have to be expensive. I think what sustainability brings us is it's bringing the most value for our dollar. So it's looking into things that are going to be sustained over a long period of time, whether that be the building materials we're using, the paper products we're using. In the long run, it's something that doesn't need to be expensive.
So through my job as an RA and also as an orientation leader, one of the things that they do is, personality tests. And though they are kind of corny, they are very, very enlightening as to how you lead and your leadership style. And so he and I actually took one of these together. And I am definitely much more of a red personality type. And so I'm definitely very forward, and I'm very just very powerful in my leadership style. And so, I think that it helps me to work with Kiah very well because, as we said, she's more of an emotional leader, and so she really thinks about the emotions of everyone and how those are going to make people feel, whereas I can look at it from more of a logical perspective or more of a visionary perspective to see, how it's going to affect things down the line or how it's going to affect more students as a whole. And so I think our personality styles work very well together and lend very well to us succeeding in the job.
How do you think?
Both of us are really passionate about that one-on-one experience, so getting out into the residence halls, meeting with students, going to student organization meetings, walking through the union market and saying like, hey, what's up? What do you guys want? And encouraging, keeping an open door policy and encouraging students to come on in and tell us what they want, as well as approaching students and asking them what they want.